The Lions 49, the Stormers 3. The final domestic team has been dispatched. They've won all the domestic games very easily, but when it came to the South African A side, that strong side, they struggled and they lost. So let's just, be careful how we read into this game, because the opposition, although they tried really hard and they're well organised, just weren't up to the standard of the Lions. Now I'm going to try and do this report in a different style where I talk through some key points but also summarise in general what was happening in the game rather than a straight walkthrough. So let me know if you prefer this style, because you want to capture what happened in the game but also kind of the feeling of the game without being too long either. So anyway, the first 10 minutes was fairly easy. It was a slow burner of the first 10. In fact, the first half hour wasn't that great. Loads of errors from both sides, especially the Lions, multiple infringements. The ball was definitely greasy, but they got used to it after a while. Some nice involvements early on for Smith to get him into the game. He looked nervous, but he got into the game. Byrne, really good jackal in that first 10 minutes, sparked the Lions into life a bit. Quick phases, but they really lacked the punch to start with. And then big hit on Byrne undid all their good work, and they just couldn't really get into the game. And both teams were struggling with this. Now, similar to the South African A side, the Lions, I think, clearly are trying to keep it tight in that red zone. I think maybe just not to give away too much attacking shape in those crucial zones. I don't think they're going to resort to pick and go and 9-man rugby in those areas. I do think, I hope they're holding stuff back that we will see in those test matches. So I'm not getting too upset with that on this time. But the Lions, they were very good at turning over the ball, to be fair. So Stormers had some good phases of play, long phases of play, but the Lions always just kept their time, kept their discipline, took their time and turned over the ball nicely. Cowan-Dickie, Henshaw, Byrne, good turnovers. Hogg didn't start that great, a couple of knock-ons, but then everyone made some mistakes in that first half hour. Luke Cowan-Dickie's throwing, I thought, was a good positive to start with. I thought he was excellent in the line-out again. But the first point, the first key moment, actually goes to the Stormers. Some of that concerted attacking phases did result in a penalty. Sweel knocks it over nicely, so they actually take the lead, but that is the only points they will score all night in the end. Now, the Lions are definitely not trying to go round the corner and attack. You can see what they're doing. They're trying to mix up where they attack, change the point of contact, but they're just not good enough at the moment to do it. Now, it took 30 minutes for the Lions to get into their stride, but once they did, 3 quick tries came in succession. The first one for Adam Beard, who was impressive again. He's had a really good tour, and also I've pushed him up into a test starting spot. I'll come back with a video tomorrow saying how I think the pecking order's changed from this game. Like I said, the opposition not particularly strong, but still has that changed my mind on my attacking team, my starting team even. But anyway, this try was really good. Good skills on the counter-attack. Smith initiates it to Daly. Good hands again, as we've seen from him before. And as we've seen from Van der Merwe before, bust tackles, causes problems. It leads to Furlong making one of his galloping clean breaks. Everyone loves seeing Tyg Furlong in the open. It's a good sight. And then continuity, they go the length of the pitch, and in the end, Beard has a huge hole that he spots and he walks through. So at 7-3, the Lions take to the lead. Then another key moment, just a couple of minutes later, the Lions scrum gets a penalty. I mean, you wouldn't say the scrum was massively dominant, but it wasn't in any particular problem. The scrum's been very wobbly all game, all tour for all the sides really, to get a straight pushing contest. Anyway, they go to a 10-metre line out, patient maul, start to splinter the Stormers, and out pops Luke Cowan-Dickie. Really good explosive finish from about 5 metres. That was decent. Plus, his passing looked good, his throwing looked good, his turnovers looked good. Player of the half, and as it turned out, I'd say player of the game as well for Cowan-Dickie. But in the last 5 minutes, the Lions are finishing strong. The ball is slippery, it's an issue. So on the final play of the game, they get a scrum. Price brings the hard-working Van der Merwe onto the ball. Good attack. He just occupies players. That's what Van der Merwe does. And then there's nice hands out wide from Beard and Hogg, actually. Good passes to free Johnny Hill out wide to score. Very pleased for Johnny Hill. Easily the best game he's had on tour. I don't really think it's going to put him into contention, but it's just good for him to feel like he's really contributed on this tour, so that's great. Smith kicks a good conversion, and all game Smith's kicking was absolutely fantastic, as was his running and his creativity. Impressive for Marcus Smith. So half-time 21-3. The first 30 minutes was meh, not great, but then the last 10 minutes, the Lions really start to roar into life. The second half starts, and it's Cowan Dickey again catching the eye with his long throw over the top, pinpoint accurate. He really is, I think, pushing for that number one spot. Very much so. The greasy ball is spoiling the game a bit at times, and the Stormers actually gone a really good phase of play here. Good 5 minutes of pressure just after half time. 2 penalties. It looks like they might get a score, but the Lions disrupt again, and whenever they're under some pressure, they're coming away with turnovers. The Stormers just not looking like they've got enough punch or ingenuity to break through, but still good possession for them. But then we get another try. Best try of the match so far. Smith runs a lovely inside pass to Daly, who makes a clean break. Then Conan doing as all good back rows do. Nice support line. Daly pops to him. Good pace to finish. And Tyg Byrne also had a good part to play in that one. Their rugby playing ability as a pair, Conan and Tyg Byrne, is brilliant. They really know how to play. No doubt about it. Obviously a bit easier in this game to do that than it would be against the Springboks, but still great skills from those guys. And then the big key moment is Alan Wynne-Jones comes on, has a good 25-26 minutes, and he looks fine, looks good, looks fit. Wouldn't say, he massively caught the eye, but he did everything right. So, puts him back in the mix. And another big set of attack from the Stormers I've put down here. Just number of phases, churning through the phases, but the Lions are just holding off, defending well. They gave away a few offsides to begin with. They know the refs are hot on that now, so they're being more disciplined, and then they're just spotting the opportunity, turning the ball over. On 59 minutes, the Lions just are easily working their way up the pitch, but it's slippery. They actually drop the ball over the line, which is a shame. And another no try, tidy from the Lions, good phases, continuity now. They're really starting to pop the ball along. Smith crossfield kicks to Byrne, who scores, but it was actually a forward pass in the build-up, so that's a shame. Couple of tries lost there. And again, Stormers just no bite, even though they have more possession in this half. And a note here that Marcus Smith is fantastic at putting guys through gaps. He's jinky, he's quick. The defenders have to watch him. That's the difference where, sometimes with Farrell we don't see it. He doesn't appear as a threat, so it's harder to put guys through gaps. Smith is a threat. So I think he's absolutely in the running for a test space, maybe on the bench. Who knows? Let me know. Anyway, another try to Fagerson on 68 minutes. Just enough time in the red zone, getting penalties. Lions go to that pick and go that I think they're just, keeping their powder dry on other stuff there. But Fagerson does smash over. Fairly easy score, 35-3. And the Lions are just offloading the ball now, popping around. They might as well. The game is won. It's a bit messy. The game's lost its shape, but, they kind of just play some continuity. And what a great try. The best try, actually, of the match here. Louis Rees-Zammit from deep in his own 22. Marcus Smith, big hitch kick, acceleration, goes through the gap, clean break, feeds Rees-Zammit, who just steps on the accelerator and smokes everyone else, 42-3. And we do get one more score before the end. The Lions just throwing this ball around all over the place now, and it finally finds Simmons after good continuity, gallops under the posts, 49-3. So an easy win for the Lions in the end. It was really a trial match, an audition. The Stormers were committed, but just not up to the level. So let me know who you think looked good in that game, who's forced their way into the test side. I'm going to come back tomorrow with who I think's forced their way into the test side. And also, if you haven't already, vote for who you think's going to win this test series. The Springboks, the Lions, or a drawn series. It was in my previous video, but I'll put the link below again. Copy and paste and vote, and I'll come back with the results of that later on. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you next time.